Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
My son! Don't touch my baby! Get off my fucking baby! Get off my baby! No, I'm telling you! He's not my son!
Everybody back up. Can't see it right now, man. You gotta deal with this situation. Right this way. Right this way. I have to.
Karen, go!
Man.
Go! Go! Give it, go!
Just do me a favor, man. Have a seat. Get them out of there, please. Ma'am. Come with me. Come with me. Ma'am, it's the desk. Come with me.
I want to see my grandson.
Come with me.
Wait a minute, Troy.
Right this way. Right this way.
Has somebody called for a medic?
There you go. Yep. Where you going?
Negative, he was shot. I repeat, he was shot in the avenue, please. He's in the squash now. Good force.
Over here. Over here.
Affirmative.
Where is it?
Affirmative.
Yeah. Police involved, maybe.
There. Hey, go to my office right there. Get the AED. Come on.
Hey guys, can you guys...
Folks, if everybody could just slide down.
You killed my son. Video shows terrifying moments after cop kills unarmed 16yo boy. Video from a witness to the tragic killing of Joseph Haymans was just released showing the terrifying moments after he was killed and the cops forcibly removing the family so they couldn't see him. By Matt Agarist, January 20, 2018. Franklin County, OSTFTP reported this week, in juvenile court, a 16-year-old boy intervened after a police officer allegedly pushed his mother against the wall, so the police officer shot and killed him. Now, we have the disturbing video of the aftermath of the shooting. It is nothing short of heartbreaking. The boy who was killed this week for allegedly intervening to help his mother fend off a cop was Joseph Haymans, and he was unarmed. Video of the aftermath was taken by Constance Gadell Newton, juvenile defense attorney for Franklin County, Ohio, who witnessed the lethal altercation and pulled out her camera to document it. In the video, we can see Haymans' mother hysterical after her son lay dying on the floor of the courtroom. Infuriatingly enough, instead of attempting to call for help or render aid to the boy bleeding out on the floor, police call in backup to remove Haymans' family. "Oh my God, you killed my son!" Haymans' mother screams in horror. At this point, officers then begin to forcibly remove the mother and the grandmother, who are in obvious shock after witnessing Joseph's killing. Advertisement. On Friday, authorities identified the officer who fired the lethal round as Deputy Richard Scarborough. When asked if there was surveillance footage of the shooting, Chief Rick Minard, of the Sheriff's Office Investigative Subdivision, said that the video doesn't provide a view of the altercation. "That video is not as fruitful as we would have liked, in terms of what it shows," Minard says. "And so we're hopeful there's other information out there." According to WOSU, Unarmed says they are looking for cell phone footage that may help the case. He says they've interviewed about 20 people so far in the case, but are having difficulty collecting reliable information because the altercation began in one location and ended in another. Below is the report on the original incident. The single shot which killed Haymans was fired, police say, in self-defense, but family members are disputing that claim. The boy's grandmother Geraldine Haymans said she witnessed the entire incident. In an interview with the Columbus Dispatch, the grandmother recounted the incident. They had an altercation in the courtroom. The judge gave us another court date and we were leaving. The cop told Karen, boy's mother, to get out of the courthouse and wouldn't let her get her stuff or nothing. And then he, cop, started going over and pushing her against the wall. That's when she says her grandson, Joseph, allegedly stepped in to defend his mother from the officer's manhandling. Joey told him to leave his mom alone, so Joey ran over there and grabbed a hold of his, cop, shoulder. The cop let loose of Karen and slung Joey onto the ground. And when he slung Joey onto the ground, he just quit fighting with the cop. All of a sudden the cop reaches for his gun and shoots him. The grandmother went on to tell reporters she was mere inches away from her grandson when she saw him get shot and killed by the only man in the courtroom with a gun, the cop. She said she can still recall smelling the gunpowder and being in a state of shock. And I just said, "You shot my grandson. You shot my grandson." When asked if Joseph attempted to reach for the officer's gun, the grandmother emphatically stated the boy had his hands raised in a surrender position. "No, he did not reach for the officer's gun," she said. She said she witnessed the entire incident and said police ushered them out of the courtroom and wouldn't let them be with their son and grandson as he lay dying on the floor. Tragically, first responders and emergency room personnel were unable to save the boy's life, who was shot once in the abdomen. Following the shooting, the Fraternal Order of Police issued a statement in support of their police officer. At a press conference Wednesday, Executive Vice President Keith Farrell said, "Whenever somebody attacks an officer, there's always a weapon involved, always, because the officer is always armed. There's always likelihood, the probability, that that person could get your weapon, incapacitate you with a non-lethal weapon, and then get your sidearm. We're trained, absolutely, that you can't allow that to happen. It was very clear to me, and in my experiences, that he was attacked and this was a fight for his life at some point." Not only was Farrell not present, but the only person giving an eyewitness account of the shooting, the boy's grandmother, stands by her version of events which led to her grandbaby's death. Various news reports have made it a point to mention Haney's prior run-ins with the law, stating the teenager had already been charged with various crimes. But the fact remains. An unarmed boy was killed in a courtroom defending his mother from an armed man who was reportedly running roughshod over her. Joseph Haymans was the 55th American to be killed by police in America so far in 2018.
And what happened?
Well, they had an altercation in the courtroom, and the judge gave us another court date, and we was leaving, and the cop told Karen to get out of the courthouse. Wouldn't let her get her stuff or nothing. And then he started going over and pushing her up against the wall and stuff, and Joey said...
Who started pushing who?
The cop started pushing Karen up against the wall. So Joey told him to leave his mom alone, and he wouldn't leave his mom alone, so Joey went over there and ran over there and grabbed a hold of his shoulder. And then the cop let loose Karen, and he slung Joey onto the ground. And when he slung Joey onto the ground, Joey just quit. He just threw. And then all of a sudden the cop reaches for his gun and shoots him.
Joey didn't move?
No, Joey didn't move once he was on the ground.
And you saw this happen?
Yes, I seen it happen. I was standing right next to him.
So what happened next?
And all I know is the cop reached down to him, had his hand underneath his thing, and he shot him for no reason.
The cop had his hand where? Or
on his gun.
Where did Joey have his hands?
Joey's hands were up like that.
Okay.
And we just left the courthouse.
Then what happened? One shot? How many shots?
Just one shot. You could smell the gunpowder and everything. And I said, you shot my grandson, you shot my grandson. And then they told everybody to get back. And then they took us in the room, wouldn't let us see him or nothing.
So you were there, you saw that your grandson's hands did not go toward that deputy's gun.
No, no.
How far were you from the incident?
They were right here, and I was right by his hand, where his hands would have been if his hands was down, but his hands was up like that.
Were you like from here to the car?
I wasn't that far. I was like right here next to him.
Huh. So you, there
that close.
Was there anything obstructing your view?
Nothing. There was nothing obstructing my view. I had a plain view of him.
County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head, help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.